So this is pretty much the video that everyone's been waiting for, the world tour for my survival world. This video's been a long time coming, ever since I started posting videos on this channel and making TikTok videos and stuff. Everyone's just been asking to like have a full world tour. I definitely have like a lot of stuff to show off in this world. Not really sure how long this video is going to be, but we're just gonna get right into this. So this is basically the part of the world where I'm in the most. This is just like my basic storage unit. I have like the basic blocks and stuff I need around my world. This is just like kind of like the center of my cave base. This is where I am the most. And like pretty much I can go anywhere from here into my cave area. If we head over here, this is down here. This is going to be my automatic furnace system. I'm pretty sure I've showed this off in a TikTok video also. It's really cool. It auto smelts everything. I get a lot of slimes down here also. I do have a slime farm, but it was only recently that I built it, just because I get so much slime just from like slimes naturally spawning down here, because there are a few slime chunks, and since this is below Y40, they're gonna spawn. Basically how it works is you got, you know, the items you want to cook and then the fuel. This is already fueled up, so I don't have to deal with that right now. But if I take like raw beef, it's gonna dispense, and then if you can kind of see back there, it's gonna go up an item elevator and into like a storage unit where a minecart furnace is like being filled up and ready to like dispense it in all these furnaces. And usually this should be running, so it'll automatically go around, but every once in a while it'll just stop. It'll turn off. So this is like the manual turn on button. So turn that on and we should see all the furnaces be lit up, and there we go. It's just going around, and sometimes it doesn't make it to the end first try, but this time it did, just because I let it load up for a while. But eventually all this does get turned on. This time it did, and it's pretty quick. So like in a few seconds we should be seeing some cooked beef, or steak right here, being dispensed, and it's pretty quick. So it's a really nice way of just like, you know, if I have a bunch of stuff to cook, just to just drop it off here, and then like since it's so close, it's like really close to my actual like main part of my base, you know, I can do other stuff and let this cook and come back to it. And it's already basically done, so it's really quick and efficient. And it's definitely something that I didn't build I built it pretty recently, and it's just something that's been really useful in my world, so I'm glad I did that. And so just gonna continue going through this like main part of my base. It's like the main level, like where all of like the basic stuff I have. So I've showed a lot of this stuff off also, but this is probably something that I built on really early on. And so this is just like this was my first enchanting room. This is probably one of the first things I built in this cave area. It's just this basic, you know, enchanting room. You get to level 30 with the books like this. It's kind of weird. Definitely want to fix it up and make it look nicer, just because this is kind of old, and like I could definitely make this look better. But I store like a bunch of like, you know, pretty decent books in here. So like if I need a book or something, I'll come in here, see what I got. And if I need to enchant something really quick, I just, you know, enchant right here. I got an anvil that's almost broken but still working, and I can make a new anvil. I also have this, which is this like automatic XP bottle dispenser. It's not really loaded up, just because I built this trying to like figure out if it was worth it or not. It's not really, because you don't get a whole lot of XP. Like if I have my elytra, mostly breaks all the time, and I need to repair it with XP. And I thought this would be like a cool and a pretty easy way just to like get some levels to repair this really quickly. But like just villager trading or literally doing anything else is probably better than this. It's really not that much XP, but it's just kind of cool. But you can get bottles of enchanting from villager trading, which not a lot of people knew, because I showed this off and everyone thought I was like, you know, it's like, oh, creative mode, I spawned this in, which I honestly would take that as a compliment. Right here I just kind of have, you know, music. Oh, I have a disc in here, but this just kind of like because it's like the center of my base. I have record player, music disc player, so I can just like pop a music disc in and let it play. Over here, continuing, I got this cool mushroom that I added the crimson vines to. But over here I have this old Afk Fishing Room. you would just, you know, put your fishing rod right here and it would AFK. With the new 1.16 update, this doesn't work anymore, but you know, you'd get like pretty good stuff, you know, like good bows and stuff and fishing rods and books. Like you get mending, a few mending books per day, AFKing this. But I haven't used this like since the beginning of my world, so it's not really something that I would use even if it still worked. I haven't taken it out just because it's, you know, become like kind of like a staple of my base. It's like it's been here for so long, I don't want to touch it. Next, up here, you know, this is kind of like the second level. There's more stuff on the main level back there, but we'll get back to that in a second. This is just kind of like a cool map of my world. I added this pretty recently, and then there's like you know, jack-o'-lanterns back here lighting it all up. And I started adding like little labels. I'm probably gonna get to that, but like it's just kind of cool to see like pretty much this is pretty much all of spawn. And you can see like all the trees I've planted. It looks really cool here. And then just like pretty like neat like decoration piece, and just kind of like makes the base look a little cooler. And so over here is just kind of like this little nook. I got this like mini cocoa bean farm. I definitely could make it look nicer and make a better one, but it's just kind of like, you know, if I barely need brown dye or cocoa beans for something, I have it. And it's just like this cool little farm I felt like building sporadically. And then down here, this is my main like villager breeder. And then like a trading hall. This is where I get all my mending books and like all of like my nice books. And then this is, I can also get like all these tools for 1 emerald, which is really handy because that means I don't have to like spend any diamonds basically. Yeah, and then I got armor here, so I got like a full set of diamond armor. I don't have to worry about spending any diamonds. And then I just have this villager breeder down here, and I had a it looks kind of bad, like this whole area, because I had to carpet it up. But like if I don't, like there will just be like an endless amount of iron golems that spawn, which I don't know if that's a bug or something, but it definitely feels like it, so hopefully they patch that soon. And this is where I get all of my XP bottles, which is cool. Realizing I'm gonna have to, like, you know, not ramble as long just because it's taking a while. Already decent away into this world tour. I gotta get through it fast before my voice dies. And so this is my cave spider spawner. I don't really use it. It's good for string, and then you don't get spider eyes unless you kill them manually, which is probably the biggest like downfall to this design, because you can get string now from bartering. So this farm is pretty much like obsolete. I might like change it up so like you can like manually kill them to get spider eyes, but yeah, this is probably another like really old thing I had in this world. I don't really ever come over here. This hasn't been touched in probably a really long time. Another little thing I have, this is where I like drop down mobs and stuff. If I have, like, you know, I need to get a zombie down or something, or some random mob, I just drop them down here and they'll survive because of the water. I'm not going to go down there. I'll show that off in a second. And it's turning night, which is perfect. So this is basically my just like my sleeping room where I have my bed for my world, and this is where I spawn. I have this like control panel where like I can teleport to like random parts in my world. I only have one, like my storage area set up. I definitely want to add more locations in the near future. And then I have a clock right here, and it's going to turn night, which is perfect. And so I can sleep, and you'll be able to hear like a little note block tune I have set up. And so probably one of the next areas I have up here, this is kind of like the newest area I've expanded. This is something that's really unfinished. This is like a slime farm I have, which I just built recently because I didn't really need slime. But it's always nice to have a lot of material on you, so I just decided to build it. And I tried doing this like weird, like, you know, kelp and melon block design, which I think it kind of works, honestly, with the green clay or terracotta, whatever you want to call it. It has this like kind of cool design, and I think it really works well, especially with the glass, you know. And so there's iron golems back there, and so the slimes just kind of like, you know, hop over and fall, and that's how I farm them. So I don't have a staircase or anything really. This is like all like kind of like halfway done. It works. It just doesn't look that good. But this is probably like, I haven't collected this in a little bit, but It's a decent amount. Another one of these mushrooms, a bit bigger. I think it still looks really cool. This weird archway. And then I have this like really, this pretty cool turtle farm for scoots and stuff. I don't use it too much, just because it's kind of like a one-time thing. You know, you don't really need a lot of scoots. So I got like 2 stacks right here. There's a minecart under here that collects all of the scoots after they've been bred. So like you just like, you know, breed them up. I would usually go in, and then they'll like have it create an egg, and you know, more will spawn in, and then they'll drop scoots, which is pretty cool. Right here I have this basalt generator, this little thing I just kind of decided to build if I ever need a little bit of basalt. It's not that efficient. I can definitely make a much more efficient one, but for the time being it's just this like little farm I decided to put in. Then down here I don't have much. This is definitely an area I can expand, but I built this like cool little staircase that I think looks pretty cool with some flowers on the side. So that's pretty much it for like that area and like this level. I have this cool hallway with bamboo and sugarcane. Up here I don't have much. This is kind of like, you know, I don't really have anything built. I have this like mob elevator if I need to get a mob up. And over here, this was originally the entrance to my base. It's blocked up now just because there was like a castle or something I had, and it looked stuck out like a sore thumb, so I took it down and just buried this part up. I'm not really sure what I want to do with this area, but I have other entrances to get to down here, so I don't really use it anymore. This is basically like the unfinished part of my base. I don't really have anything like completed. Yeah, so let's go down here, and then this is the lowest part of my base. Right here I got this little like chicken farm I use just for feathers, because I don't eat cooked chicken in this world. I have other food sources. Here I have a kelp farm. This like little like uses bone meal, so if I, you know, make some bone meal here and I put it all in, it like really quickly just goes in, which is pretty cool. It looks like really satisfying. And then if I hit the lever, it's gonna just, you know, like auto dispense it, the bone meal, and then break it, and then it goes into hoppers and fills up right here. So yeah, over here I have, this is the main way I get emeralds in this world, through wool. And so basically I use like the basic wool colors like down here, like the grays and the light grays and the white and the brown. And so like this is an indicator of what they're selling. And I have these all will go down to 1 after I start trading, but if you don't trade with them for a while, I'm pretty sure they go up a little bit. But I zombified them all down to 1 wool per emerald, so I get a ton of emeralds in this world. But like individually these aren't too efficient, but like if I have this running in my world for like hours and hours, I'm not thinking about it, and it just collects up every type of color pretty quickly, and every once in a while I'll need it. Down here, this is 2 pretty ugly farms. I just kind of built it really quickly just so I had it, like, you know, the resources like for bamboo. I don't really use bamboo that often, so it's just nice to have it constantly being collected. Same thing for cactus. I use it for green dye every once in a while, which is nice. So it really is not that efficient. I probably don't even get like a stack per hour through this, but over time it just collects and I don't really need a lot of it. Down here there's just like pretty much nothing. I have random storage for like items that I don't really have anywhere to put. And then down here, this is the old mine shaft I used to use for mining diamonds and stuff. I have this like 2-way elevator, and this would be where I would just strip mine and get diamonds. I don't use this anymore. I have a much better way, and this is just kind of like not really that efficient because it was on Y level 7, so I accidentally built it too low. And like this is where I would like use my fortune pick to like get all of the ores that I still touched up. Not that much space, and just kind of like I kind of like poorly designed this ahead of time and didn't really think about it. So going up here, and this is like just like a hallway to get back up to the main area. This is the redstone for the kelp farm I have. Pretty cool. So yeah, I have like 2 minecarts, which is why stuff gets sucked in really quick. And then just like the basic, it's pretty basic redstone. And up here, this goes back to the main storage area and all of this. So over here, this is probably something that like really I should have finished a while ago, but I just haven't gotten to it. It's supposed to be like a flower slash like the nether blocks and stuff, you know, the plants for the nether. I can just place down a random block and a bone meal. There's supposed to be a dispenser that dispenses bone meal, so it's just constantly breaking and getting it. Down here I just got, you know, nether wart. I don't have a nether wart farm in my world, so I just kind of like manually harvest it. And here I have melon and pumpkin. It just gets collected here, it gets crushed into, there's hoppers below, and it just gets collected all here. This is probably the farm or like redstone contraption that I'm most proud of in this world. So this is just a like automatic potion brewing system. So I've got like all the basic, you know, potions I'm gonna need in this world. It's not every single one, but it's just like the most common. I think it's like 9 in total, and then you can like add, you know, like increased duration, enhanced level, or make it splash potion. And I just kind of like, you know, store a bunch of them here. And so you usually don't really use potions, but if you have them on hand, you know, then you're like, oh, I have them, so you might as well use them. So that's kind of like the whole goal. And so you just basically pick like a random potion, like, oh, I want let's just say like night vision. You click the button and you just wait, and then eventually stuff will start popping in the correct order. So you got nether wart, and then there should be a golden carrot, and that'll get you night vision. And if you want to increase the duration, you click this, and then there should be a piece of redstone dust that comes in. And yeah, this is in the correct order also, so it'll know like which one to put in next. Yep, and then there's a golden carrot, and then the redstone will go, and then I'll have night vision potions. And I can also, you know, I also have blaze powder and water bottles that automatically refill this, so it's all like ready, you know, basically just a click of the button and you have them. So yeah, we got night vision 3, and you got the rest with the redstone dust. I also have a cat here, just because I have a bunch of cats around my world where it's like a one-way entrance, just in case there's a creeper or something that it'll scare it off and it won't blow up like something important like this. And I'll show you why this was like probably the most painful build to make, or redstone contraption. There's just so much condensed redstone right here. It's kind of like insane. I don't know how I pulled this off. It was like I really took like hours and hours just to think about how I was going to do this. And I didn't have to make it this compact. It was just kind of like, you know, I built it. I built all of like, you know, the storage and this whole like ice path where it gets like all like dispensed and stuff. It was just like the redstone. I thought I would have enough room, and it turned out I needed more, so it's really just compact, unnecessarily compact. But so this is probably the last thing I have in this base to show off in like the cave area. This is probably like the biggest flex I have for this world. I used like the diamond armor from the villager trading, and I used diamond block, this like cool like terracotta like design pattern with diamond blocks. I was originally just testing in a world with this design, and I saw like how good this looked, and I just knew I had to use it. And like, you know, the lanterns also look really cool with that. And then I got this like diamond door flex that is just the most pointless thing ever. And I think this like whole like concept of a build is kind of funny, which is why I built it. And I don't use diamonds in this world really, because I have like, you know, villagers to trade with and stuff, and I already have all of my armor and stuff. So it's just like, hey, I might as well waste some diamonds. So I got this like diamond pillar right here. There are some extra torches on this just because I've had a creeper incident in this room with the creeper spawning. So but yeah, I got like the ceiling like diamonds. And so this actually is an illusion, because halfway through building this, I pretty much was broke out of diamonds, so kind of like broke the illusion right here. Turns out I'm broke, so I do not own a single diamond after building this, I'm pretty sure. But I don't really need diamonds, so it's not that big of a problem. But if I ever need a diamond or some diamonds, I'll just take it from the pile, or the illusion of the pile right here. So that's pretty much it for this tour of the like actual main like underground base. The rest of the stuff is like above my spawn, and then just like around the world and in the nether and the end and stuff. So this is pretty much where I spend most of my time and stuff. I have like all my basic main farms here. And then so since I have an elytra and rockets, this is the main way I get out of the base. And this is like my main spawn. I got this cool like circle around here, kind of like a little lake. I was gonna have like the water like spill out on the edge, but there's really just no place for the water to go, so that's like kind of like the big problem here. I just have these random like farms right here. I was like trying to collect some rare animals. This is just like all temporary. I'm eventually gonna put it somewhere else. Here's the creeper farm I have. This is probably like one of the most useful farms I have. But just like, you know, creepers spawn up there and then they just drop down here. I originally had campfires here, but the soul campfires do like a part more damage or something, so I changed it and like kind of like put blue lanterns in and kind of like gave it this cool little vibe. And so you get a good amount of gunpowder, and this is like, it works even better if you're up top, just because nothing else can spawn except the creeper area, like the spawning platforms for the creepers. So you just go up here, and I have this like hollow area where it's pretty dark. You can just AFK over here in the creeper. And so this is like the little escape area, and that's like the head of the creeper right there. I was gonna design this and give it like a mossy like texture and like variant, give like a more of a variety with the pattern. But right now it's just like plain stone. Definitely something I want to fix. And I had to make this like man-made hill to cover up like where the creepers actually spawn. Doesn't look the greatest, but you know, it gets the job done, so it looks decent enough. Over this way I have my iron farm, another really useful farm. Pretty much everything like within a like 100 or 200 block radius of spawn, and like it's just like every farm I would need to live in this world. So that's like the storage area for all the iron, and there's like 4 separate spawning platforms for the iron golems. Basically the 2 zombies just go back and forth scaring the villagers, and an iron golem will spawn and then just be burnt up, and then there's a minecart, yep, and it collects all of it and then puts it in the storage area. And a little cool thing I added this Halloween, once a year, hopefully I don't die here, once a year that you know, zombies can spawn and like other mobs with like pumpkins on their head. And you can put pumpkins on a zombie like easily, but the jack-o'-lantern variant is exclusive to like naturally spawning, so you can't get like jack-o'-lantern on a zombie normally. So this is like a really rare mob that you only get like once a year about. And I just decided, hey, I might as well put it here. It'll look cool. Yeah, just like a minor little flex. Down here, this is where I collect all the iron. Not much in it right now. I haven't really AFK'd too much, just because I have enough iron. Pretty much I have like 2.5 double chests, and plus like a shulker box, so 3 double chests of iron blocks. And most of it goes to beacons, and even with that, like beacons and hoppers are like my main the main ways I eat up all my iron in my world. Over here I have this little horse stable. I don't really use horses, but just thought it'd be cool to make like a little stable, something just to add to the world. This is probably the fastest horse I have. It's pretty decently fast. I just kind of like randomly found it. Even though like, you know, elytras basically make like any other like transportation like obsolete. I'm not really sure what he's doing here. Is he good? There we go. I think he was like stuck in the wall. I added like stone and cobblestone walls just to give it a bit more room, which is why it's not like flush with the block right here. I had this nice little bridge. It matches well with that like stable over there, but not really well with here. So I'm thinking about like kind of like making half of it like kind of like corrupted with like crimson blocks and stuff like that. And like the nether or the end blocks, you know, so like kind of like half of it's corrupted and like kind of corroding over. That'd be kind of like a cool thing, because it kind of looks out of place when you come over here. This is my chorus fruit farm, and normally you would just to harvest it, you know, you'd get the seeds right here, you just shoot a bunch of them and they fall down, and then you just press this button and the water comes and, you know, breaks all the bottoms, and you get all of the fruit, and all the seeds that you shot down will also be collected. And it's just like it's really satisfying, and it's like timed, you know, the water will be you know, retract back. You only lose like a couple here and there every once in a while, but it's really not that big of a deal. And then there's an item elevator, brings it up and dispenses it into this chest. It's probably going to a hopper right now. Yeah, so there's like a hopper right here, and it gets put all here, and like, you know, the flowers are also here, so you go back and just kind of, you know, replant it and go back down here and just plant it on all of the end stone. And you could also collect all of the, you know, drops that the water missed. There's just a few more things I want to show off. I'll go over here. This is the village that I renovated over here. I just took like a spawn village I had and just kind of I don't know how these guys get on the roofs. Like, there is no way that they're able to, and I just keep finding them on this roof. I don't know where they're coming from or how, but it's kind of like funny. Not really sure how it keeps happening. But I just took this village and just like kind of like beefed it up, gave it a bunch of beds. I think there's like probably like 20 beds in this, in here, and so like a bunch of villagers just spawn in here, and a lot of iron golems spawn. I gave them like a bunch of workstations, and so this village pretty much is like invincible. Like, the zombies are never gonna like infect this entire village, like most of them. Over here, this was the first thing that I built, like the first base. This was like my starter base. I just came over here and I saw this mountain and I thought it was pretty cool. I had like an enchantment set up here, and like a AFK fishing right here, and like the storage and furnaces. I pretty much tore this all apart just to like use for my actual main base. There's nothing here anymore. I had like a mine shaft down here and just like a staircase down. Over here we have my like main like sugarcane farm, and it uses a flying machine. So after this is harvested, you can turn it on. After a certain amount of time, it'll start harvesting and it'll turn on, and then it'll just kind of like come over and just like mow all the sugarcane, and there'll be drops on the ground. It's it's pretty like a pretty cool contraption. I don't have too much experience with flying machines, so like I had to like look up tutorials for this part of the machine, but I plan to also add like probably like 2 sugarcane and 2 bamboo, just because this was enough. Like 1 row was enough, so I didn't bother continuing. This is another thing that I have to like finish in this world, but I have like mine carts under here, and they're going around collecting all the drops, and then they stop here and unload everything, and then once it's completely empty, they go off and continue collecting stuff. So you get a decent amount of sugarcane, and so this combined with like the creeper farm basically makes it so I never run out of rockets, and I can make them flight duration 3. So it's just kind of like a luxury building these 2 farms. Definitely would recommend like being like a good sugarcane and creeper farm are like your top priorities in a survival world of yours. And you have to make sure that you turn it off when you're not around, because there's a slight chance that the flying machine will break like halfway through if you unload the chunks. One of the last things I have here, this is not like the best way to get in here, but it works. This is my mining area. I'll like just giga drill. This is where I get all my stone and stuff, and this is pretty much where I get diamonds now. It's just like it's pretty cool just to see how like open this has become. There's really nothing down here. There's like a storage area over here. I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible because my voice is dying way quicker than I thought it would, and we're about like halfway through the world tour, I'd say, or a little bit more. I have I have this like slime block trampoline. I thought it'd be cooler, you know, you just fall. Not like that. You would want to hit the slime blocks, but I thought like if you can land on it, it would bounce you like really high. Doesn't really work. I have this cool little pond. I might add some farms or something into. And then here is where the subscriber tree field thing is. Pretty big. Like it's a pretty big field like compared to everything else in the world. It's pretty cool to look at. Definitely took a long time, just like flattening out and planting all the trees, but definitely worth it. And this is the last thing I was saving for like the overworld main spawn part of my world. This is probably like one of my favorite builds that I've done. I like the block palette with like the stripped birch wood and the sandstone. This is where I store all of my bulk like items and stuff. So like the creeper farm, the sugarcane farm needs like a place to like put all of the items. And so I eventually needed to like put all of these items somewhere. So I have like a bunch of items that are just stored here. So if we take like a random block right here, say like I want to sort like granite, you would put it in this chest or one of these chests, and it would automatically start getting dispensed, and it would go into like the hopper system, and then it would end up in, since it's granite, it would end up in these chests. So we should see this one start filling up, going up in items, and yep. So like it won't go in any of the other ones, and it's just like I put a bunch of items in here, it gets automatically sorted. It's only like the basic blocks I have. I don't have like every single block, but just like the basic items that you're going to be using. And this is pretty much all I have to show for like my main spawn. So the next part is probably just going into the Nether and seeing like there's a bunch of portals that link up to other farms I have around the world and some stuff in the Nether. So going right through that portal leads us to like the main like Nether Hub Portal thing. I built this out of mostly quartz. Pretty expensive because I didn't have a lot of quartz on me, and it looks pretty cool. It's just like a giant portal, and this is like the center of my Nether Hub. I made sure to build this all above bedrock just so it was easier to get around. So this is where I get pretty much all my pork, which is what I use for my food source right now. I'm planning to switch over to golden carrots, but for now this works really well too. If I could, no, you can't get over there. There we go. So yeah, you just like, you know, come up here, and then they're able to spawn down here since this is a crimson forest, and they eventually wander into the lava pool because they're scared of the warped mushrooms, and so they burn up and they get auto cooked. And this is pretty much how I just get all my pork chops. So this is a pretty nice little farm I have. It's really easy to build. Like you could build this in like your survival world, like one of your first farms easily. It doesn't require too many resources, and you get a good amount like overnight and just like a little bit of AFKing. Over here I have this like little portal to the skeleton farm that I have. This is probably like one of the farms I had, like overworld farms that I have that aren't near spawn. So there's just like a skeleton spawner up there, and I just you know, kill them, and all of the items get, you know, dispensed up here into the sorting system, and it dispenses like all of the bows and stuff and the armor and garbage, and you end up with just arrows and bones, and mostly just arrows in here because I've taken all the bones because it's like I really need bones in this world. This is like this little like, you know, store enchanting area. I have some random enchants, just like little build. I built this like rib cage. I tried doing something cool here, and it ended up that I needed to be building at bedrock level because the spawner was so low. So I decided to like kind of like try to work with the bedrock and make it look cool with the glass. And so over here I have the first gold farm that I built. It's not that efficient, but for the time being it worked well. So like a way to get gold. So they would spawn up here, and then they'll like drop down here, and I'll like kill the zombie pigmen. There's a few that spawn in here, which is kind of like a problem. It's not that efficient. You don't really get a whole lot, which is why I decided to build a new one, which I'll show in a second. But there's also this bartering system that I still kind of use, but you just, you know, drop gold in here, turn it on, and then they would get the gold, and then they would dispense it down here. And it's not sorted or anything, it's just messy, but definitely like you can get some good resources from this. Gold also would be sorted here, and yeah. And so over here you can see these beacons have been you can see them through the nether fog, so you're probably wondering what this is. This is the new gold farm, which is just a little bit bigger. You get a lot more better spawn rates. So I built like this whole like huge like area where you can like come up and kill like the zombie pigmen, and then there's a sorting system down here, and there's villager trading for the zombie flesh, which you can get for emeralds, and you just get so much gold from this farm. It's kind of crazy, and the XP is also like pretty good. This is like, if I wanted to, like a closer XP farm than my Enderman Farm. This is going to be a bartering system here, so I have like all of like the basic items that you need to be sorted. This is just like some general storage I have here. These are like all the emeralds I've gotten so far from trading, and these are all this is like a whole work in progress, so like I have to like put all these guys and put them up here and trade with them. And this is of course like sorted down here, so like I have a lot of rotten flesh just because I haven't started really trading too much with it, but there's a lot of it. And then the gold nuggets and the gold ingots. And so down here I have this hole that goes into the actual like nether. So I broke through bedrock, and this is like my actual nether spawn. There's this fortress right here, so I have this like little like blaze farm over here, and this is where I get my blaze rods from. It's pretty efficient, just I don't need too many blaze rods, so it works well. I could definitely get like a double spawner or something to make this look nicer, but for the time being it works well. So every once in a while they'll spawn, and then the lava kind of like pushes them down into this kill chamber. And so one of the last things I have in this world, is in this nether, is the wither farm I have. It's like a few thousand blocks out, so I wanted to build this ice road, but it's still a work in progress. I'm not really sure if I'm going to finish it just because it's going to take so long, and flying there is pretty fast too. And so it should be coming up like right about now. It takes like a few minutes just to get over here. Yeah, like half a stack of rockets almost. And it's still being worked on. I had to spawn proof all of this area. And since it's in a soul sand valley, it doesn't really need to be fully spawn proofed, but I still want to continue spawn proofing and making it better. So you come down here. I had to go really far out because I generated this world in like 1.14 or something, so it didn't have the new nether, and I spawned in a lot of the old nether for a while. The withers drop down here, but like I've been having like a minecart. This is like a really weird concept, but for some reason it's been working. But I would have like a minecart that would push me up and down, and like since my Y level would be changing for some reason, like the skeletons would spawn faster, so like I just kind of used that and experimented with it. This is definitely like a temporary thing. It's kind of weird. One of the last things I have a portal to in the nether is actually the end portal over here. I don't have much built in the end, but I do have an Enderman Farm I want to show off really quick. Is pretty much one of the last things in this world to show. So I have this I still have like the stronghold here. It's not really pretty or anything, but this is all pretty old. Like I've had this probably for like a year. I have this like weird like bubble stream and stuff, and it's just like a really I'll show it off really quick. It's just like this really simple Enderman farm. You know, they spawn on a platform and then they just drop down here. There's all water here, so they can't teleport. I have some beacons like regen, resistance, strength, you know, stuff like that, just to help me kill the Enderman quickly. This is pretty much what I use. Like this is my primary XP farm. Ender pearls get collected here, and if it gets overfilled, I just flick this lever, and they start getting dispensed into the void, which is really nice, just because it gets really clogged up quickly. And since I'm looting 3, it's just like it's a lot of ender pearls to deal with. I have a bunch of books here too. Enchanting station, just like a bunch of stuff to get like enchants and all that. Yeah, this is pretty much all I have to show. This is like the last thing I had in my world, so we're gonna head back to spawn, and that should do it. But yeah, that basically concludes the world tour. I tried to go through this as quickly as possible. I kind of rambled a little bit, and my voice is pretty much dead, so this is a great spot to end the video. I'm pretty sure I mostly got everything in this world. There's a bunch of like random portals and areas I have where I collect resources like sand and terracotta and stuff like that, but not really worth showing off in this video just because it's just like nothing's really there. If I did miss any little things, you can always check out the world download and check, like fly around the world and stuff, mess it around. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you everyone who has watched my videos and subscribed this year. Next year I definitely plan to post a lot more. I know I haven't posted a whole lot this year. Yeah, expect a bunch of like really good videos hopefully coming in the near time. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.